Hello, boys! I'm back! Hi, and welcome to episode 3 of Max Movie Reviews. I'm your host, Max Holland93, and today we are reviewing the sci-fi classic Independence Day. Independence Day is a big-budget sci-fi action blockbuster flick with a bit of comedy that was directed by Roland Emmerich and written by Emmerich along with Dean Devlin. Although the movie got mixed reviews from critics, it was a huge box office success and is widely regarded as a classic. Fun fact, Roland Emmerich actually came up with the idea for this movie one time when he and his partner Dean Devlin were promoting their previous film Stargate in Europe in 1994. And a reporter asked Emmerich why he made a movie like that was a sci-fi epic involving aliens if he didn't believe in aliens. And Emmerich responded stating that he was always fascinated with the idea of alien arrival. And he also asked the reporter to imagine waking up one morning to see a big alien ship hovering over some of the world's biggest cities. And he looked over to his partner Devlin and said, "Hey, I think I got an idea for our next movie." And that's where they got the idea for Independence Day. Without giving too much away, the plot involves an alien invasion with several flying saucers hovering over parts of the world, with the aliens' intent to obliterate the human race and dominate the planet, or so we're inclined to believe. There's the President of the United States, Thomas Whitmore, played by Bill Pullman. He's basically the protagonist. And then there is Stephen, the Air Force pilot, played by Will Smith. He has a fiancée named Jasmine, and she's a single mom to a young boy named Dylan, and they have a pet dog named Boomer. And kind of the big plot point there involves Stephen and Jasmine getting married. And then there's Russell, played by Randy Quaid. You probably recognize him as Cousin Eddie in the National Lampoon's Vacation movies. But anyway, Russell was previously abducted by the same alien race and experimented on, which led to him becoming unstable, which causes him to end up dusting the wrong field as opposed to the field that he's been entrusted to dust. He's a father to 2 sons and a daughter, and his oldest son, Miguel, is shown to have daddy issues. And Miguel is even shown to actually refer to Russell by his first name. And there's a little brief moment in the special edition where Miguel even says, "You're not my father, you're just married to my mother." And kind of a major plot point there is that Russell has to redeem himself. And then there is the Jewish father and son duo, Julius and David, played by Judd Hirsch and Jeff Goldblum. So Thomas, Stephen, Russell, Julius, and David have to work together to come up with a plan to stop the aliens and save the world. And that's about really the gist of it without giving any spoilers. One little piece of trivia is that the president's daughter, Patricia, was played by a young Mae Whitman. You might recognize her from movies like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World or The Perks of Being a Wallflower, or as the lead character in the 2015 teen comedy The Duff. I generally really enjoyed this movie. It was action-packed, and it was emotional, and had some funny moments, as well as likable characters. Let's see. I liked Bill Pullman as the president. I liked Will Smith's character and his dynamic with his fiancée and her son. I liked Randy Quaid's character, and I liked Judd Hirsch and Jeff Goldblum as the father and son duo. I also liked Brent Spiner as the reclusive scientist at Area 51. And I thought the aliens were pretty cool, and I liked seeing the big alien spaceships blowing stuff up. And I also liked the flying scenes with the airplanes chasing and shooting at the aliens, going pew 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 pew. Man, so awesome. And I liked the part where Will Smith punches the alien and says, "Welcome to Earth." And I also liked the part where Jeff Goldblum's character shares this story about how he knew the president before he was president, and like the two got in a fight, and Judd Hirsch was like, "You punched the president?" Yeah. The movie has a pretty decent plot overall, and I really felt for these characters. However, there wasn't really that much to the story. It was mostly just kind of episodic situations that were loosely tied to each other. And we don't really know much about this alien race besides that they want nothing more than to wipe out the human race. And if I had maybe one complaint, I felt that the movie was just a tad longer than it needed to be. It was like 2 hours and 30 minutes approximately. And so it dragged a little in some areas, so I felt like it could have easily been 2 hours or less. But overall, I enjoyed Independence Day, and I think it's quite good in terms of sci-fi action blockbusters with a bit of comedy and campiness. And that's why I give Independence Day an 8 out of 10. Now, there was a sequel with Roland Emmerich returning as the director called Independence Day Resurgence, that was released in 2016, which was critically panned and a box office flop. I saw that movie in the theater myself, and I thought it was okay, but I thought the first one was better. So, and that's all I really have to say about this movie. Have you seen the movie Independence Day? What are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments down below. And thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.